So we're in the front of the Crafter camper van, and what I'm going to run you through now is the main control panel and all the systems that we have in place. What we've added to this model is a full battery isolation switch. So when the vehicle turns up to the dealer, for example, the vehicle will be completely isolated. And it also allows you to isolate all the power in the van if you're going to park it up for a few months. So by switching that on, it'll take about 20 seconds or so, but the vehicle will basically come to life electrically. So you'll hear beeps and everything coming from the back of the vehicle. It's turning on the 400 amp hour lithium, it's turning on the 3000 watt inverter, and just allowing everything to fire up. So you'll hear the beeps going off on the background. You'll notice that the inverter panel's already come to life. The leap hertz screen is going through its startup phase. So you'll see this screen first, and then it'll actually revert back to the programmed screen that we've put into it. So when this comes to life, as it has now, you'll see that we have a lot of information on here. So you have your tank levels. So the tank 1 is your freshwater tank, 120 litres. And then you've got your grey water level as well, which is, I think it's about an 80 litre tank. You've also got your battery gauge here. So it'll tell you the level that you've got in your 400 amp hour lithium, and then also how many hours left you have of operation depending on your current load. What we can also do from here is turn on the main power systems. So all the lights will come on in the van, and then you've got different lighting sectors here. So if you want to only light the front half of the van, you can, or if you only want to light the back half, you can do that as well by switching these on and off, and the little green LED will turn itself off as you touch them. Up here we also have another main power screen as well. It's just a little bit easier to use at a glance. So you've got your pump button and your hot water button as well, which are also replicated on the bottom of the screen here. Key data that's telling us is the solar input. Obviously, because we're inside, we don't have any solar coming in. The battery drain at the moment is 11.5 amps. The fridge has just started up, all the lights and stuff are on, so it's quite normal. And then we've got the overall voltage on as well. Now with this system, we have 3 types of charging. We have solar charge coming in, you have AC Shore mains power, and then also the alternator charge from the vehicle. So if we turn the vehicle on, what we'll actually see is the battery amperage meter here will actually change. So we're currently at minus 11 amps, and then as the vehicle starts up, the DC to DC charger in the rear will actually fire up, and now you've seen we've gone to what are we currently at now, like nearly 48 amps input into the battery. You'll also notice that this has now changed, that we've got 4.37 hours until a full battery. So depending on load, all that will change accordingly. If we turn the engine off and then actually go to AC mains power, so the engine's just turned off, you'll actually see the amperage drop back down, and then when we turn on AC mains power, we'll see all that change. So the AC mains power lights come on, so indicating that we're actually getting power from shore power, and then the 30 amp charger from the shore power has kicked in. It's charging at about 26 amps because of the load we have on there, and then gives us a different reading to when the battery's full. Now the good thing about this is that the solar power and say the shore power, for example, they'll work together. So if you're parked out in the sun and you've got your shore power on, the solar's going to be kicking in as well, so giving you plenty of power there. As I mentioned before, you've got a main button up here where you can turn your water pump on and also your hot water system. So when we turn the hot water system on, this is your hot water system screen up here at the moment. So we've currently got the temperature for the water set at 50 degrees, and you can change that by adjusting the buttons. And then with the gas turned on, and when you turn your hot water tap on, this will basically fire up the on-demand gas system as well for the hot water, and it'll start generating hot water at the touch of a button. This screen here is purely for the inverter. So the information it's giving us at the moment is that we have 13 volts coming in. You can actually change it to show the wattage load. So when the inverter's kicking in, if you're running the aircon, or if you're running a toaster or a kettle or something like that, you'll see the wattage change, and then you can also get a percentage load indicator as well. So all the power, the information that you need, we've isolated in one place here to be able to monitor all the critical systems within the vehicle.